Just breathe that in for a moment. Just letting my nervous system adapt and synchronize with nature itself. I came out here a little bit agitated, a lot of things coming up inside of me. I'm at this point in my life where I've reached this point of peace, and yet there's a part of me that thinks, what if it's too good to be true? Have I really gotten to this place? Can I slip back from here? Will this all go away? Have I done enough? How much more will it take? There's all these questions, but they're faint. They're not as strong as they used to be. And what's starting to dominate my experience in a very graceful, peaceful way is this indomitable spirit inside of me that is peace, that is love, that is this very restful frequency that I don't have to work hard at attaining. I just have to be present of and bring myself back to time and time again. What's interesting is that I started this year with 4 powerful intentions. The last several years I've set these 4 intentions, I received them intuitively, and they last throughout the year. So I set them for the whole year. And as they come through, I'm not exactly sure sometimes what they mean or how they'll play out. So it's a little bit of a mystery to me, and I just show up as best I can. One of them that came through this year was mastery. And I started to think, well, what am I mastering this year? Am I mastering my profession? Am I mastering writing? Am I mastering some other skill that I can teach? But the more work I did, the more work that I was cognizant of I was still needing to do work on myself. I was still not quite in alignment, in tune with that deeper frequency. And what happened was I started to train myself more deeply in breathing, yogic breathing. Breath work is a practice that I took up a long time ago. I've been breathing in some form all my life, right? Everyone has. But I actually got trained in breath work about 4 years ago. And then I've been doing yogic pranic breathing for quite a while. But only recently did I come to the realization that moment to moment, day to day, hour by hour, the breath is the most important thing that I can do. And for a person who's had a depressed brain, who's had some anxious thoughts kind of spilling into his existence, sometimes becoming overwhelming, this has been one of the biggest breakthroughs of my life, and it's happened very recently. Of course, I have a meditation practice. Of course, I know how to slow down my mind. But what happens when I leave the meditation chair and I go into life? Life happens. Things happen. People come into my experience. I encounter different energies. I'm a sensitive person. It throws me off. All of a sudden, I can allow my mind to go away from its restful frequency and meet and mingle with those other frequencies and let those influence me. What I've started to do with the deeper breath, and I'm talking about a 5-second breath, 5-second inhale, 5-second inhale, exhale. And you can do that pretty much all day if you're just aware of how deep you're breathing or how shallow you're breathing. You'll start to notice that every time you go away from full presence, anytime your mind slips into the past or the future, in my experience, I start to contract in some way. My body hunches over, or my brows tense. My jaw clenches slightly. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit anxious. I'm a little bit contracted, and my breath has become shallow. So anxious thoughts, shallow breath. I've made the correlation. I've noticed it. Now, with noticing and awareness, I can simply bring myself out of it more quickly. Once I have the awareness, I can choose to come back to the long breath, focus on the deep breathing, and breath really is life. So I want to finish with this. One of the premises that I hand out to my clients, I give them this premise and I ask them to sit with it and really find out if it's true for them. And the premise is, you have everything you need right now. And although I give that premise out, and I truly believe we have access to our inner resources, I can tell you that after 10 years of transformational work, the most transformational thing that I've done happened in the last 2 weeks. And that happened through conscious breathing, moment to moment, hour to hour, day to day, and making my life a series of deep breathing, a series of connected breaths, conscious breaths. Bringing my brain into coherence with the heart rhythm. This heart is calm. I've done 2 years of heart math meditation with a sensor that measures my heart rate variability. It can show me my coherence over time, and my coherence has improved. That means that I've brought my brain and the brain waves into a frequency that's more resonant with the heart's frequency. That means the two are working together. But again, when I'm not in meditation, what do? Well, I come back to the premise that I have everything I need right now, and that is access to this breath, to life energy. And I can bring in as much breath as I want, and I can make my breaths longer, and I can make my exhales slower, and I can slow my mind down in any moment, and really, I can start to control my emotions. I can control how I respond in life, and with more emotional freedom and more clarity of thought, I'm able to accomplish so much more. I'm able to go throughout the day accomplishing so much. So much productivity happens when a person is emotionally clear and mentally clear. With emotional freedom, I've been enjoying the last several weeks of just pure bliss. It's just a blissful state. Part of me wants to just play and jump for joy all day, but then a part of me is getting really excited about my life's passion, my life's mission, my life's work, the work that I bring into the world, and I'm doing it from a place of pure love. And this is something I haven't quite experienced. And I came across a quote today from Dr. Joseph Levry, the founder of Nam Yoga, and what it said is that you can't have success unless the mind and the heart are both in it. So the mind and the heart both have to be in it, both have to be engaged with life in order to have success. And I've understood that today. I've understood why that is, and that's because there's so much capacity here, there's so much creative energy here. And when we can access this heart space and open up our channels and let this creative energy flow and bring the mind into coherence with the heart, it opens up channels and it gives us an access to higher levels of output, higher levels of creative thinking, and ease in our efforts. More ease, more grace, more flow. And this is becoming the new way that I operate, and I'm getting used to it, and I'm loving it. So I can't wait to see what's next. I'm engaging in my work more than ever now. My practice is growing with my coaching clients, and I'm thrilled to say that the sessions have gone to the next level, and I'm just loving showing up for them, and I'm loving the changes I'm seeing in them, and I'm loving the changes that are happening inside of me that I can pass on to them. So we're growing together. We're all evolving. This is a beautiful time in the planet's history, and I just want to say that I'm out here in nature at this beautiful time of night when the sun's about to go down, and I can just tell you that I'm reflecting on the path that I've walked, and my gosh, has it been a long one. It's been a long, hard path that I've walked in order to get to where I am today. I may not own much materially, but I feel like I truly have wealth. And I have my health, and I have my mind, and I have my heart, and I have the breath. I have everything I need. So wherever you are, just trust. That's my message today. Just trust this process, that it's unfolding exactly as it should. You have everything you need, and that doesn't mean you won't need anything from outside of you. Of course, books, teachers, lessons, all these things come into your life at the right moment. Just trust that it'll unfold. Trust that those things will be there when you need them, and just keep stepping forward. Keep stepping forward with courage, with confidence, with clarity, and connection. Connection to this, creating a coherent heart, coherent mind, bringing those two into agreement, committing to yourself in your life and really developing your capacity to bring more into your field. So you're bringing in everything that is a match for you, and you allow your being to bring it towards you. Your being will bring everything into being. Just keep showing up, keep breathing, and just keep loving yourself every day. That's all I've got for today. Much love.